医療施設の割には随分と風変わりなインテリアですね。
趣味と実益、一応はカモフラージュ
They
の
align
目的
with
ということ
your
にしておこう
tastes.
か。
Okay. Go off, Queen.
さあ、こっちに来たまえ。
In the back of what seemed to be an antique adult goods store is a modern clinic.
処置してほしいのは何かね。彼女連れということは、
いや、
ならば擬態化がお望みかね。ちょうど今ならバイオの掘り出し物があるの。
With a twisted smile, she points at a water tank installed at the back of the room. Wriggling about in it is a soft phallic
今
creature.
流行の筋肉。ああ、どんなにツンと済ました女性でもこれにかかれば可愛い声で泣くこと受け合いだ。
Nohe gives me a suggestive smile and I end up looking in Rain's direction.
先生、マジ分かっている。ちょっと彼をからかっただけだ。
彼のブレインチップの修復措置です。
頭がいかれ。しかしそれならまっとうな病院へ行けばどうかね。ここでの治療には保険が効かないぞ。
Rain doesn't respond.
どうも訳ありのようだな。いいだろう。言い訳は後で聞く。そこにかけたまえ。
Noe makes me sit in a medical console and plugs in a neurojack. After examining me for a while, she finally opens her mouth.
先生。
すごいな、これは。脳内チップの安全装置に救われたな。論理爆弾かブラックアイスか、とにかく仮想で過負荷を受けて混沌。おかげで脳細胞の身代わりに脳内。
はい、ロジックボムです。我々の部隊は。
She actually figured out the cause with just a cursory look. Guess her skills are the real deal. I love that little face she makes. As I sit there impressed, Noe starts smacking me on the back again.
君は運がいい。チップの特性が違っていたら君はフラットライン確定だったな。ああ、ブレインチップは反壊している。しかし脳細胞はおかげで無事だったようだ。
She projects some images on the wall monitor. Sadly, I have no idea what any of it
君
means.
のチップは安全装置付きなんだ。脳にかかるべき負担をチップの安全装置が受け止め。
それでチップは反壊し。
Hearing all this sends chills down my spine. Brain chips are more or less integrated with the brain. Mine was destroyed. I doubt my brain escaped completely unscathed.
いや、そうでもないな。
Noe folds her arms and tries to carefully choose her words for
言
me.
ってみれば分厚い辞典の作品が消えてしまった状態だ。わかるか？辞典の中身はあるが、今の君は必要なページを探すことができない。
古風な言い方をすると、
そうだな。
The information would be somewhere out there, but the links would lead to
つ
404s.
まり記憶そのものはアクセスできないけど。
多分な。
That's a bit of a relief. Now the question is how to access those
先
memories.
生、治りますよね、これ。
君は技術の進歩に感謝すべきだ。かつて脳内チップの修復には外科手術と長期のリハビリが必要だった。今はこいつが短期間でケリをつけて。
Saying that, she picks up a jet syringe and loads it with some suspicious capsule.
何ですかそれ。
医療用ナノマシン。微小のマシン群が君のチップと脳細胞を修復し、記憶素行処置を実現する。
ナノマシンで記憶障害を治せる。
先月千葉シティから届いたエッジテクだ。ちょうど誰かに試してみたかったところだよ。
ちょっと待った。
大丈夫。正式な認可を受けていないだけで人体実験。もとい。
Oh, the human experiment.
おいおい、そんな。
Before I can voice my objections, the syringe is stuck in my neck and I hear it emptying its contents into me. That makes me sink into the console.
注入完了。すぐに効果の現れるはずだ。
気分はいかがですか？
別に、いや、ちょっと頭がほて。
My head burns up the very next moment and my eyes lose focus, almost like I'm drunk out of my wits. Countless nanomachines must be running around my brain right now. Just thinking about it makes me sick.
19世紀半ばまではいい医者の条件とは足を1秒でも早く切り落とすことだった。
Noe's voice feels strangely distant. Something akin to sleepiness takes over my mind.
その後麻酔の登場で安全にそしてナノマシンの登場で患部を切り開かすとも選択的に細胞を修復したり
手術無用なのはありがたいけど。
Rain holds my hand tight. Her touch makes me let out a
リ
sigh.
ラックスしたまえ。さあ、だい
Even as I listen to her, my consciousness begins to fade away. Those tiny insects are messing with my brain
君
cells.
はこれからセンスフォローを見るように自分の記憶を追体験することになる。さあ、目を閉じて。
Oh. I do as I'm told and close my eyes, but I can still feel something bright closing in on
ブ
me.
ーテライズ。
And so, my world is engulfed in light. It's the beginning of spring. A gentle breeze caresses my cheek. For the first time in a while, sunshine peeks through the thick clouds above, shining light upon the surrounding scenery.
青い空、舞う桜の花びらか。出来すぎな春の光景だな。
Man, what a relaxing sight. Gazing at it helps take my mind off the crisis I find myself in, if only
お
momentarily.
いこう、何ほうけたこと言ってんだよ。
I know, my bro in woe. My bro in woe. My partner in disaster. You don't have to tell me that. But you know, what's wrong with a little escape from reality? Masasuro, the guy walking next to me, the one who spoke up as I stared blankly at the sky. He and I are freshman virtual engineering students at Seishi Academy. Well, not that we'll be in our first year for much longer. And under normal circumstances, we'd be all excited about the upcoming spring break. Alas, these are not normal circumstances.
しかし、いきなり荷物をまとめて出ていけだもん。
We look at each other and sigh.
いきなり配慮なんてありかよ。仕方ないだろ。住んでるやつの半分が不正アクセスの現行犯で捕まったんだから。
That's right. With spring break right around the corner, we're stuck having to find ourselves a new
寮
dorm.
の先輩たち、無茶しすぎだよ。まったくだよな。卒業記念に軍のデータベース施設へ落書きなんていい度胸にも程がある。
Seishi Academy was established under the motto of harmony between humanity and AI, and most of its students are second gens. First gens can only connect to the online world through consoles. On the other hand, second gens are always connected. We have more or less no need for any outside equipment. And we're way more equipped to deal with the demands of AI and the internet. As a result, hacking and the like has become an everyday occurrence. Every now and then, some people take it too far and get caught. As luck would have it, that led to the closure of our dorm this time.
今頃、先輩たちはどうして
よくぞ我が軍のアイスを突破したとか褒めたたえられて、そのまま釈放、軍にスカウトってわけにはいかないかな。
漫画やゲームじゃあるまいし、軍人さんにジョークは通じないよ。
そういや、お前の親父も軍人さんだったよな。
傭兵だよ。もう 1,2 年は会っていないけどな。
ごめん、悪い。親父さんの話は禁句だったな。
My dad, Eiji Karakura, is a complete war dog who leads his own mercenary squad. Here he's pulled off tons of spectacular feats in battle, but that's nothing to be proud of. In the end, he's nothing but a money-grubbing warmonger. He didn't come back even when my mom was dying. He must love the sight of blood more than he does his wife and son.
あと1年早く入学していたら、俺たちも先輩たちと一緒に趣味
で、逮捕されたかったのか？
バカ言え。不正アクセスをするつもりはないさ。俺はただ趣味クラブに乗ってみたかっただけだ。ロボットの腕で交渉に落書きなんて夢があるじゃないかなあ。
そうだな。
Boss and I have something in common, our love of simulacrums. Just the thought of running around a virtual world in a huge metal body gets our pulses
欲
racing.
しいよな、趣味クラブ。
For generations upon generations, young boys have dreamed of piloting giant robots. Sure, if you say so. And our generation is lucky enough to have the chance to actually do it, if only virtually. The only issue being that a simulacrum is way outside a student's price range. Something has stopped my head out of nowhere. I open my eyes, I see what that something was. There's a white soccer ball bouncing in front of me.
大丈夫？
Oh, hello. A girl runs up to us from the field to the left of the path we're walking down.
ああ、大丈夫。平気平気。
なんでお前が返事すんだよ。
いいから、細かいこと気にすんなよ。
じゃあ
Pick up the ball and throw it back at the girl.
ほんと、ごめんね。
With a smile, she takes the ball and runs back to the field.
可愛かったよな。
Yeah.
ああ、それも同感しとくか。
Also, and I stop in our tracks and stare at the
も
girl.
う一つの少年の憧れだよな。
Yeah. Now that's something I'll agree with y'all on. As she chases after the ball, every step she takes is accompanied by the bouncing of 2 other balls on her chest. Her legs look slender yet sturdy. Guess that's what it means to have legs like a thoroughbred. Suddenly I have a dizzy spell and it feels like everything around me goes dark for a second. Is it because I got hit by that ball? I feel someone staring at my back. I find Sora standing under a cherry blossom tree to the right of the path. A girl? No. A young woman. Who is that? Is it just me or is she not taking her eyes off me? I squint, but she's too far away to get a clear look at her face. But for some reason I get the feeling I know her. That I've met her before.
惜しいよな。あんな可愛い子が誰にも裸を見せないままスポーツで時間を浪費して置いていくなんて。
Oz's voice brings me back to reality, and I see he's still staring at that girl from before.
なんだ、またいつものか？
はあ、そんなだからお前はいつまで経っても彼女の
一人持って彼女は二人も三人も作るもんじゃない。
Huh?
ああ、いや、まあいいや。それより俺の勘じゃ。
Oz's not blinking as he stares at the girl in the field. I bet he's taking a
お
screenshot.
前の勘って当てにならないからな。ほら、いつだっけ？相手が男と気づかずに付き合おうとしてたよな。
それはいい加減忘れろよ。俺ももう忘れたい過去なんだからさ。
Masa looks away awkwardly. He's a cheery guy with a big mouth and an insatiable love of girls. A whole year's passed since he promised to hook me up with someone, but he hasn't found himself one
し
yet.
かし、リアルでスポーツとは健全だな。なんか大会でもあったっけ？
さあな、そっちにはあまり興味はないからな。
興味があるのは仮想の方だけか。なんつったっけ、今年の大会名。
アリーナの新人戦か？ニュービーズインパクトだろ？
それそれ、楽しみだよな。
どうせなら。
そりゃそうだけど、趣味クラムどころか今の俺たちには。
Saying that, Masa looks up at the blue
と
sky.
ころで、例の新しい量。
そのはずなんだけど。
As I respond to him, I open the email I got from my second cousin. Oh, 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 hello, oh, hello. Guys, hear me out, all right? Cousins are legal. Second cousins even more so. I'm just saying, I'm just throwing that out there, all right? Hear me out. Hot damn. I thought pink-haired soccer girl from before was like cute, right? I mean, Rain's all right. Rain hasn't really done anything for me, I'm not gonna lie, but Aki here, yo, hey, yo, hey, what's good? God damn.
うちに来たら部屋空いてるし。
We're gonna go to your door. Okay. Yes.
久しぶりのメールがこれだけとは相変わらずというか。
That's the message I got from Aki, my second cousin, earlier this morning. I have no idea where or how she heard about my dorm, though.
それにしても、このいとこさん。
That's what I'm saying. Those are Masa's first words once he takes a look at the email I forwarded to him,
何度言わせる？いとこじゃなくて、はとこだ。
which makes it legal anyway. I had a rather complicated upbringing, to say the least. And while she may only be my second cousin, Aki happens to be the blood relative I most get along with. Sounds perfect.
まあ、顔立ちは悪くない。
Yeah! After my mother passed, I was taken in by some relatives of mine. That was when I first met her. Even as a child, Aki was really pretty. My initial impression of her was that she was pretty like a doll, and that sight has been permanently etched to my memories.
私は青州学園に推薦入学してみせる。それで嫌な人たちに頼らず自分の夢を叶えてみせる。こうも一緒に来ればいい。それで正義の味方になればいい。私はこうの夢を笑ったりしない。
正義の味方か。
A wry smile escapes me when I remember that. Back when I was a child, I seriously wanted to be a simulacrum riding hero. Actually, I'd be lying if I said I still didn't want to be one. I mean, it's not like I want to be a comic book superhero or anything. I just want to be a pilot who does the right thing. For me, wanting to be a hero symbolizes my vow to not end up like my old man.
しかし、さすがはとこだよな。 この落書きみたいな地図がわかるとは。
Grassy plain. I thought that said Gussy plain. I'm like, what are you trying to say? Grassy plain, dormitory, educational institution. Red scribbles that kind of look like cock and balls. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, 2 circles and then like the most zigzag cock I've ever seen. There's a pig in the corner. I don't know what the hell that thing is up on the top there. That's quite the map. So, I mean, if Grassy Plain is where they're doing like sports and whatnot, we just passed Soccer Girl, I'd say we're probably on the right track, maybe. But also, there's no way of knowing where the fuck the "you are here" is on this fucking map is. Moss's voice interrupts my thoughts.
これなんだ。
何？迷った？
すまん。
Aki's email only came with a hastily scribbled map attached, no address or anything. Been running searches on the internet for a while now, but I can't figure anything out. Sure, I may be a second gen, and the internet may be my second home, but I can't do anything when this is all the information I have.
ちょっと待てよ。俺はお前が分かってるもんだとばかり。
We sit down on the grass beside the path and try to find our way by comparing Aki's map to the one we found online. God, how analog. And Aki's no better. She really should have sent us an actual map with addresses and street names on it instead of drawing this thing.
だからこっちがこの道だろ。
なあ、この目玉の飛び出た芋虫は何かの目印か？
ダメだ。
We look at each other dumbfounded.
なんでメールで手書きの地図なんだよ。
Knowing Aki, I bet she'd say something important not to be written by hand and with care. Sadly, her hands aren't good at using anything other than a keyboard and mouse. This is basically a mind map. You know, the kind 3-year-olds draw from memory.
参ったな。
何か困りごとかね？
I don't trust you.
ありがとうございました。おかげで助かりました。ところ
I
で
like when a
ここを
stranger
ご存
pops
知な
out
ん
of
ですか？
nowhere like, can I help you boys? Like, yeah, you're already giving me bad vibes. You may have just helped us, but you're giving me bad vibes. He might have just come in clutch like, oh, thank you, man. You really helped us out here. We would have found this without your help. And he's going to be like, oh, no problem, fellas. I just like to help out. Like, the vibes are positive, but like, when you just pop up out of nowhere, like, could I help you boys? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I think you, back off, mind your own damn business.
ああ、私も在学中この寮で世話になっていてね。
そうだったんですか。おい、こう本当に多分前に飽きねえ。
There's a 2-story building in front of us. The wooden sign up front says Kisaragi Dorm. Its aesthetic is so 21st century, I wouldn't be surprised if I had traveled through time to get here.
だったら間違いないか。今時こんなレトロな建物そうそうないからな。
Yeah, what year does this all take place in? Is that something you'll tell? Like, if I save the game, right? No, you tell me the current, the day of the actual real world here, but no in-game date. Because they're like the 21st century. God, how retro. Just like what fucking point does this game take place in?
しかし、築何年なんだ？
木造建築がそんなに持つもんか。
Other knock on a nearby pillar. As I expected, it sounds like reinforced plastic.
ほらな、レプリカだ。
そりゃそうか。本当に木造だとしたら贅沢品だもんな。
ああ、しかしなんとも趣味的な建物だな。
ここを初めて訪れる人は大抵そういう反応をするよ。
でもよくあの地図でここだって分かりましたね。
あれにも見覚えがあるからね。じゃあちょっと用事があるので私はこれで失礼するよ。
はい、ありがとうございました。
The man lightly raises his right hand, then turns around and walks away. What do you mean he was familiar with that? Not the map Aki drew, surely.
よし。
Yeah, no, like what's going on there? What's your history with my cousin?
ああ。
We stand in front of the second building's main entrance.
おい、動かないぞ。
手動式かよ。
Jesus Christ. A manual door? Fuck. I mean, I have to use my wimpy shrimp arms to fucking open a door now?
お邪魔します。
Unsurprisingly, we find an old school entrance and hallway on the other side of the door. The moment we open the door, an appetizing aroma tickles my
なん
nose.
か味噌汁の匂い。
なんだ？
Take a few sniffs and try to figure out where it's coming from. There's no doubt about it. It's coming from within the dorm. whatever it is really makes the mouth water, but it also seems just as likely to make the heart burn. Could it be?
はとこさんが料理しているのか？
いや、絶対にそれはありえない。
Yeah, this is the smell of chives. Brings to mind a childhood memory.
心配しないで。ダメだよ、こう。好き嫌いしちゃ。
あいつが
Take my shoes off in a hurry and run past the entrance.
おい、こう。
You hear the girl's voice from a room midway through the hallway. Lured by that voice, I head toward the room. The room turns out to be a kitchen. Saying in it is a girl. As she hums a tune, her short hair sways along with it.
嘘。どうして醤油すら置いてないの？
Feeling like I've traveled back in time, I end up staring at the girl's
あ
back.
あ、もう仕方がないな。
菜の葉だよな。
Finally muster up the courage to talk to the girl, and she freezes at the sound of my voice. She then slowly turns around, and I see she still looks the same as she used to. It's her, my childhood friend, Nanaha Wakakusa. Wakakska. Wait, nope. Wakaksa. Wakaksa.
あ
My heart starts. Ah, God damn it. Get my finger off the fucking button. My heart starts racing before I know it. I'd given up on ever meeting her again. Nanoa doesn't say a word. She just stares at me with her lips trembling. Oh, did y'all have like. Were there some feelings that no one ever admitted to?
元気してた。
あ、お前こそ。
By the time I realize what a bad sign that is, it's already too late. Nanoa starts running toward me. And with her shoulders trembling, clings to my chest and starts bawling.
泣くな。ちょっとそりゃお。
I embrace her without thinking, but I'm not really sure how to react considering my conflicting feelings of embarrassment and nostalgia. Still, I realize how much Nanoa has grown in the time we've spent apart. How much she's grown. Brother, she looks tiny. Well, wait, he said he's a first, okay. He said he's a first year at this academy, right? Does that mean he's like a teenager? Or does that mean he's like college age? Wait, when they say academy, like, are we going back to teen years type of academy, or this like college, early adult years? 'Cause I mean, yeah, I guess if he's a freshman in like high school, and this was like his childhood friend, it's like, yeah, I guess you could say she's grown since a child.
ちゃんとご飯食べてる？
ああ、まったく。お前は俺のお袋かよ。
I blurt that out without thinking and immediately regret it. Who is she? First close friend I ever made in my life, that's who.
おい、こう。うわ。
ああ、マサ、この子は俺の。おい、泣くのはやめて。
No sooner do I say that than the pot on the stove boils
う
over.
わ、菜の葉鍋。
She rushes toward the stove. Meanwhile, my eye catches the massive pile of one particular green vegetable floating in the soup inside the pot.
お前、やっぱりこの匂いはニラだったんだな。
ああ、まだ変色治ってないんだ。ニラは体にいいから食べな。
バカ、俺がニラ嫌いになったのは誰のおかげだと思ってんだよ。
ニラはね、栄養価が高くてお腹に優しいんだよ。
仲いいな。
Masa watches over us warmly as we argue.
で、なんでお前がここにいるんだ？アキネは？
I mean, Nanoa seems alright, but pink-haired soccer girl and Aki are kind of like, I don't know. I'm kind of. She's got stiff competition. Usually I kind of fall for the childhood friend, and, you know, maybe we'll have some nice moments here and there, but I don't know. Pink-haired soccer girl and Aki, like, that's top tier. Like, this isn't even like a romance story, so I don't know if there are routes in this game or if it's a linear story or whatnot.
ああ、それか。
But, like, if it were, Nanoa's got pretty stiff competition, I'm not gonna lie. Nanoa tries to say something, but she's interrupted by a moaning voice from further inside the dorm. What? We're asking where Aki is, and we're hearing moaning?
アキネ？
あ、言っちゃダメ。
Nanoa's acting kind of strange.
ああ。
Is she getting fucked? Masa and I run toward the living room in the back.
なんだこれ。
The room we step into looks like it's been turned upside down. Lying collapsed in that mess is a girl.
アキネ！
I grab and shake her wildly, which makes her open her eyes in pain.
どうしたのアキネ？あ、そうだ。
She reaches for me with a pained look on her face. Grab her hand and hold it tight to reassure her.
腹ペコ。
Oh god.
食べ物。
What a dork.
無事生還。
For wolfing down the food Nano had cooked, Aki crumbles down to the floor once more.
一応事情を説明してくれる？
ネットに潜りすぎた。リアルに戻ってきたら。
She wearily lifts her head and looks at
だ
me.
から待ってた。一日先週の思い出。
I want to ask her if I was summoned here as a rescue squad, but I hold it in. I haven't seen her in ages, but she hasn't changed one bit. Same old Aki. I bet actually her laziness might have gotten even worse, to be fair.
だからダメ。
いや、あんな言い方されたら何が？
そうかな。あ、私お茶入れてくるね。
Saying that, Nano returns to the kitchen.
こう
To introduce you? No, I need to introduce myself. You think you're making moves on Aki?
こいつは俺の友達で須藤正。で、この人が例の俺のハトコで。
西野秋。よろしく。
God damn! Every time that sprite pop up. Aki takes Masa's hand, shakes it thrice, and lets go.
で、アキネ、空き部屋の件な
どの部屋も今は空き部屋。好きな部屋を選んで住んで。
そんな。
消化器官が活性化。
Sandman process triggered. You mean you're gonna take a food nap? She doesn't even finish before crumbling to the floor. I love her.
こうなったらな。
Hell yeah. Bro, Aki fucking rules. Aki quickly falls fast asleep, and I drag Moss out of the living room. Once in the hallway, I realize that it's already mid-afternoon.
ずいぶんユニークな姉ちゃんだな。
Hell yeah.
学籍番号 241A いいから学生名簿を調べてみろ。
Moss closes his eyes, probably doing a search. When his eyes open again, they open wide. Yeah, everyone who looks up Aki reacts this way.
AFA の最年少正会員だって？なんだあの人超エリートなのか？
ああ見えてもアキネはウィザードなんだよ。学生のくせにエッジ企業の仮想関係の業務を手伝ったりしてるくらいさ。まあ親戚の会社ではあるんだけどな。
そりゃすげえ。いわゆる電脳の魔女ってやつだな。
まあそうかな。天才だと思うよ、身内から見ても。
しかし初めて来た寮でお前の知ってる顔が2つもあるなんてな。
ああ、菜の葉は俺もびっくりしたよ。
菜の葉ちゃんと話してきたらどうだ？あの子と会うのも久しぶりなんだろ？
そうだな。しかし本当に久しぶりだよな。もう何年になるんだ一体。
Let me ask
私が
you.
南大阪を越した時以来だもんね。
Back when we were kids, we were neighbors in a town called Minami Yasaka. I had to move out first, and Nanoa left not long after that. Last time I saw her was before Aki left to join Seishu, so it's been over 5 years.
大きくなったよね。
Nanoa fondly smiles at me, and I realize she's grown into a girl that can make any guy's heart skip a beat. Well, most of her has. Come on, you didn't need to point out her titties like that.
お前こそ大きくなりやがって。おじさん。
If I recall correctly, Nanoa's parents were really famous scholars in the field of bioengineering. They specialized in nanotechnology. Back when my mom was still alive, they lived right next to us. I had a sick mother and a father who wouldn't come home. The only bright spot in my lonely childhood was how nice Nanoa's family was to me. Thinking about those days out in the country makes my heart fill with warmth even now.
そうだよ。
うん、偶然だったんだけど、寮の下見に来たんだ。
寮の下見ってまさか。
おお、ひょっとして約束忘れてる？
いや。
I remember her all too well. I was just trying not to think about it. Because I wouldn't have been surprised if she'd forgotten all about a promise made years ago.
よろしくね、こう。私もこの春からここの寮生。
Oh, if she comes to this dorm, we can hang out again, just like we used to.
それで学科はどこなんだ？仮想工学。
うん。こうは仮想工学科なんだよね、やっぱり。お父さんたちの仕事に関係。
ってまさかナノ工学科？
うん。
そんなにすごいかな。
当たり前だろ。それってうちの最高峰クラスの一つだ。
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, huh?
そうか、そう。
I stare at her face, filled with pride.
恥ずかしいからあんまり言わないで。
She turns away with her face beet red. How adorable. This whole conversation fills me with a warm and fuzzy sense of nostalgia. And it continues until she leaves a little while later, covering everything from the times we spent together in the past, and the fun times we're looking forward to up ahead. After sending Nanoa off, I started checking out the dorm rooms with Masa. We have to pick one for ourselves.
ここは物置だったのかな。
It's too dark to get a clear look, but I can tell the room's full of stuff.
ちょっと他の部屋を見てくるよ。
We split up and go around checking the vacant rooms.
ダメだ。
アキ姉は空き部屋だって言ってたけどな。
いや、違うな。
Also shakes his head and opens the door to a nearby room.
これってどう見ても引っ越したんじゃなくて。
On the desk inside is an open magazine. Its pinups covered in a layer of dust.
考えてみれば変だよな。寮に
Nano had only come here to check the place out in advance, so right now Aki's the only resident here. Masa suddenly runs out of the room.
おい、マサ？
Follow him out into the hallway. I find him standing frozen at the door to the next room. Walk toward him, peek inside, and come to a standstill myself.
こんな設備、個人で所有してるやつなんか見たことないぜ。
小野仙台の最高級品だよな。
We enter the room with our hearts in our mouths. It's a machine room filled to the brim with top-class equipment. Dim and gloomy, it reeks of danger. There's definitely something fishy here, as proof there are EMP spoofers installed on everything, even the console.
証拠隠滅用の仕掛けかな。この部屋の主は。
いたずら半分のハッキングどころじゃないな。
I'm about to use my neurojack, but Masa immediately stops me by grabbing my arm.
やめとけ。この調子じゃどんなアイスが仕組んであるかわからん。
ブラックアイスみたいなひどい罠があるって。
あってもおかしくないだろ。脳みそをたこ焼きにされたくなかったら。
ああ。しかしこの部屋気になるな。
As we're looking around, Masa finds something lying in a
こ
corner.
れ軍用のカードリッジじゃないか。
It's heavy, lead-coated cartridge with the letters GU etched on its face.
貸してみろ。
I connect my neurojack to the cartridge. Immediately, an index pops up, and the text I see takes my breath away.
シュミクラムのインストーラー？
マジかよ。
I disconnect from the cartridge in a hurry, paying no heed to the pain it causes my neck muscles.
アキネ。
This reeks of danger. Why was this cartridge just lying around in the room? As much as I don't want to think about it, the sight of our seniors getting arrested flashes in front of my eyes.
なあ、こう。なんかやばくね。
いや、考えす。
単なるラボになんで証拠隠滅の用意がしてあるんだよ。
次のご飯は？
Right then, Aki's voice drips in from the hallway. Shove the cartridge into my pocket and jump out in the hallway. Not long after that, Aki shows up. Oh, hell yeah. The front-facing sprite rules too.
ああ、なんだい、アキ。
その部屋に入った。
While I struggle to figure out how to respond, Mas opens his mouth, his voice full of cheer.
いえ、なんか
そこ、私の部屋。勝手に入っちゃ。
There's no sign of her usual laid-back attitude, and her eyes have a cold, sharp look to them. You're scaring me,
も
Aki.
し入ったら。
も
ロケットパンチ。
わ
わ
Rocket Panchi. After that, we clean up the living room, go shopping, and make dinner, and night falls before we finish.
なんて幸福。昼も晩も。
まあ昼間は菜の葉の作ったごちそうだったけど、これって。
大事なのは心。
Yes, the heart I put into typing numbers in the microwave.
心を込めてお湯を沸かしました。
Well, that's something else, really. It's being as high-spirited as always, almost like we never saw what was in that room. I just can't stop thinking about it. What the heck is Aki doing in that lab?
食欲ない？
いや、そんなことないよ。
I take a bite, but I'm so distracted that I can't even tell how it tastes. Screw it. I'll make small talk and get the truth out of her.
ねえ、アキネ。今は一体何をしているの？
学生。
student. I love her.
そうじゃなくて副業とか
おばさまの会社の手伝い。
他に
他って？
例えば変なところに
Crap, was that too direct? She's all serious now.
秋音がそんな
どうして？
What now? Can't exactly say we saw the
い
lab.
や知ってるかもしれませんけど、俺たちの前のよ先輩たちのハックで壊滅しちゃいまして、
Masa to the
王
rescue.
のやつ心配してるんですよ。ほら、アキさんも相当のホットドッガーな
Hot
んですね。
dogger?
俺聞いたんですけど、
What the fuck does hot dogger mean?
むしろ心配してるのは
Aki stops eating, gives me a piercing
こう
stare.
はイリーガルに使ってないね。
My heart nearly jumps out of my mouth. Cartridge in my pocket now feels a million times heavier.
大丈夫。こいつバカですけど、根は真面目ですから。
Masa immediately barged into the conversation, smacking me on the shoulder in the
こうは
process.
バカじゃない。
いや、そういう意味じゃなくてですね。バカ正直というか、バカルディというか。ナコ、お前もなんか言え。
He's a fool for absolute, you know, the vodka. Wow, amazing save. No, I wasn't saying he's a fool. I'm saying he is an alcoholic. That's better, right? I tried to laugh it all off, but the way Aki's looking at me hurts. And when I realize I've got to be straight with her, she suddenly puts her chopsticks down.
こうは正義の味方。
安心して。俺はハックになんか興味ないから。
信じる。
The interrogation ends, and I breathe a sigh of relief. Wait, why am I acting all happy? If I care about Aki at all, I should get the truth out of her, even if I end up making her mad.
ね
ごめん。また睡魔。
Sandman's back. Cutting the conversation short, Aki lies down on the floor. In the end, I couldn't get anything out of her. Aki
そう
rules,
いえば
dude.
ナノハちゃん、可愛かったな。
All yours,
また会い
bud.
たいもんだ。
え。なにまたすぐ会えるさ。
何？マジか？
Masa punched the air in delight. Good grief.
そんなことより部屋は選んだのか？
なあ、俺は2階の一番奥にした。でも外見ボロいけど中身も相当なもんだな。
まあそう言うなって。屋根があるだけめっけもんだし。
美人のハトコさんもいるしな。
Yeah.
どうでもいいだろ。
Oh, you're gonna care
あ
about
んな
that.
美人に一日先週の思いで待たれてたんじゃ。
そんなんじゃないってば。俺
まあそう照れるな照れるもあれ。今後ともよろしくな。はい。
He holds out his hand with a smirk, and I try to grab it hard enough to break
い
it.
ててててて、バカ力。
ま、口は災いのもとだな。
I lay the smack down on Masa with a light smile on my face.
そういえば、お前部屋はどこに住んだよ。
ああ、そういえばまだ決め。
俺の隣も空いてるぜ。
You've gotta be kidding me. We're able to hear everything from each other's rooms. It'd be awkward as hell if you got a girlfriend.
俺の部屋か。
Notice that the room next to Aki's has a note stuck on its door. Some sort of weird abstract art on it. Or, well, that's what it looked like to most people at first glance. But those are words and I can read them. Code's room. Welcome to Kisaragi dorm. Who wrote this? Aki? Who else? Peel the note off the door and stick it in my
俺の部屋
pocket.
は。
アキさんの隣かよ、こいつね。
I look away from Masa, who's throwing a melodramatic hissy fit, and look out the window.
さて、部屋の片付けを始める。
I open the door and roll up my sleeves. I'll start by dusting. That's how my life at Kisaragi dorm began.
さてと、これでどうやら快適に暮らせるかな。
I took a look around my now neat and tidy room and smile, proud of myself. All I really did was dust everything off and clean it up. Furniture and other stuff were already here.
統合政府は本日第2世代ナノマシン通称アセンブラの開発計画について認可推進する方針であると発表しました。開発指揮者の栗原直樹博士はこのように語っています。
I turned in the direction of the voice. On the television screen is a news anchor making a report.
第2世代ナノマシンは自己増殖能力と組織改変能力を兼ね備えた新世代のナノマシンであり、統合の手で進められている環境再生計画に関連し、反面研究に伴う危険性や完成後に兵器として転用されることを危惧する。前日も超党派の議員による開発差し止めを求める声明が発表され、
おい、こう、そろそろ行こうぜ。
もうそんな時間かよ。
I look away from the screen once Masa calls me. Scratch my head, I look beside me and see Aki sprawled out on the floor.
アキネ、起きて。
今期習得予定単位数。
She replies to me without even bothering to open her eyes, then promptly goes back to sleep. Got your credits or not, I don't know if not showing up to school at all is such a good idea.
仕方がない。
I leave Aki behind and head to the school with Masa. Just like yesterday, the field beside the path to school is filled with girls running around after a ball.
そっちそっち。ほら、ぼやぼやして
God
ない。
damn!
あれ、昨日の子だよな。
ああ、
マサ、お前、
聞かなくてもわかるだろ。
That means he's got some room to work with. Stop walking and watch the girls on the field.
癒される癒される。可愛い女の子って
今日も同感。
Masa is seriously ogling the girls.
しかし、如月寮。
俺たちの前の寮と同じなんじゃね？
ま、そうか。学生のやることは一緒ってことかね。
But Aki's room, I don't believe it for a second, but if she's doing anything shady, she might end up dragging Masa into it as well.
まあ、やばいことには関わり合いにならない方が。
ま
とは思う。お前の大事なハトコさんだろ。もっと信用してやれよ。
Gives me a smile and a pat on the shoulder. Looks like my partner can see right through
あ、
me.
そうだな。
まあ、アキさん以外誰も住人がいないのは、でも先輩寮生があんな美人なら大歓迎だよな。
そう見えたのか？
ああ、違うのか？
いや、多分それで正解。
It's extremely hard to tell what's going through Aki's mind from her facial expressions. It even took me ages before I could guess with any real accuracy. His perceptiveness might be the reason it's so easy for him to befriend girls. Don't ask me why he can't get any further though.
で、結局これってあれか？
ああ、多分間違い。
Masa smacks my pocket, making the thing inside shake. I ended up bringing it with me.
一応中身を調べておくか。単なる型落ちの流出品って可能性もある。
Sit down on the grass by the path and connect my neurojack to the cartridge.
機種はなんだ？ヘルコアラかいか？ヘルキャットか？まさかアシュラとかカーリーじゃないだろうな。
カスタマイズされてるみたい。すごいな。元がなんだかわからないや。
Can't see a brand name or programmer signature anywhere. There's just a code name at the very bottom of the index.
シャドウウルフ？カゲロウとの語呂合わせか？
聞いたこともないタイプだな。
I try to access the data on the cartridge in a bid to learn more.
ダメだ。ガチガチにガードがかけられてる。
What now?
そうだな。返す前に一度だけ試しても罰は当たら
I
ない。
love that these guys are like, well, the smart thing to do would be this. But we're not gonna do that thing, are we?
オーケー。後でアンインストールしちゃえば問題ないもんな。
Bunch of idiots. We've dreamed about piloting simulacrums for years. There's no telling if we'll ever get another golden opportunity like this. Trigger the installer on the cartridge through my neurojack.
ブレインチップへのシュミクラムのインストールを準備します。
The OS in the cartridge comes to life and speaks to me in a mechanical voice.
警告。このソフトウェアは正規の期間。
了承了承。
The installation finishes in a flash, and I'm left a bit dumbfounded by how abrupt it all was.
どうだ？何か異常？
今のところ。
よし。
Moss instantly yanks the cable from my neck, plugs it into his, and freezes for a few seconds.
なあ、
おお、なんだ。
これで俺たちもパイロットなんだよ。
あ
本当にこれでなんか感慨深いぜ。
あ、じゃあ早速。
ああ、善は急げってな。
We lie down in the grass and close our eyes. Our minds instantly travel to the digital world.